In this video, we're going to be reviewing the Orei HDMI extender using HDBaseT. Hey folks, AJaytheCEO here. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So I am no stranger to HDMI extenders, but recently I'm going to be doing and installing a laser projector in a church, and I recently did that, and I'll tag the video up here so y'all can see that. But I need a way to actually extend that connection. Now again, this is coming from the main source of the connection is coming from the sanctuary, which is almost around like 170 to almost 200 feet away. Now, yes, I could do SDI, but there's no SDI connector on the projector, and I actually use my SDI to HDMI adapter when I install that laser projector. But what I wanted to do is test out one of these extenders, HDBaseT, because the projector has it built in. So let's go ahead and review this. And honestly, this is my first time really dealing with HDBaseT, but I'm really liking what it offers. All right, so as you can see, this is the Orei HDMI extender over Ethernet, power over cable, which messed me up the first time when I was actually doing this. I thought I was missing a power cable, but it actually will transmit everything over one cable, including power. So it only comes with one adapter, which messed me up here, but this is guaranteed to have zero latency of 1080p at 1080p of up to 500 feet. So I'm excited about that. So that will compensate for this, and Ethernet is significantly cheaper than 500 feet of SDI cable. So let's see what's inside the box. All right, we have two adapters here. And like I said, this messed me up before. There's one power adapter. You have some IR blasters and readers. And you have some mounts that can go on either side of this. And then you have some RS-232 kind of plugs to go in there. All right, so let's set this aside. And let's look what's on the adapter here. Here is the receiver. And as you can see, it's really straightforward. We have an IR in, IR out, a RS-232 adapter here. We have the Ethernet in, and we have HDMI out, and we have power. So if you had power on this side, it would work, but thankfully it sends power over that same cable, so only one adapter is needed. All right, and here we have the transmitter. Looks exactly the same, except for we have HDMI in, and it has an HDMI out loop. So if you wanted to hook up another monitor to this, you can still see what's going in, as well as it going here to the receiver. Power, Ethernet. Now it says Cat 5e. I don't use that. I always use Cat 6 just because I got tons of it, and it just gives a more reliable signal. So I wouldn't use this with a Cat 5e, but you can try it. What I'm testing it with is going to be a Cat 6 cable. So really, that's it. So let me get a small Ethernet cable here, and we can play around with this. All right, so I have this custom Ethernet cable, like I said, Cat 6, that I make all my cables. And it was tested with a cable tester, so I know it works. And actually I pulled this off of my PlayStation that's right under the table here. So really straightforward. Plug that in there and plug that in right here. So this is the awesome thing about this. Like I said, it sends power over this cable as well as the video signal. So let's go ahead and plug this in the adapter that you can see here on the floor. And it screws in, so there's no way of this coming loose. can see, power. And just to show you that power is coming through this, let's go ahead and pull this cable, and boom, there it is. Everything got shut off. Cool. So I don't think there's any type of encryption or anything on this, but let's go ahead and hook it up and let's see what type of signal we got. I got my PlayStation under here, and let's see if we can hook that up and see what we get with that. All right, so I got my PlayStation in. Let's go ahead and turn that on. And we got HDMI in right here. And what I'm gonna do is connect this to input number 4 of my A10 Mini so that y'all can see what is going on. Number 4. All right, so let's see. We should, once I switch this to input number 4, we should have an image. So let's see. And there we go. Now let's just show, I'm going to unplug this so we shouldn't have any signal. Boom, there we go. Give it a second. All right, our image is back. Cool, so let me log in here and let's see what our signal is on here. 60 hertz, that's what I have it going to, but let's see what can it push. Well, it's already on automatic, so this one does not support 4K, but there is another one that I have a link in the description to the exact one that I purchased that does support 4K, but it is only guaranteed for 130 feet. So I am happy with this, but like I said, this is running off of the HDBaseT standard, and the projector that I'm gonna use is actually gonna be plugging into the back without needing one of these adapters here. So we're going to be coming straight out of here, Ethernet into the projector, which is going to make that really easy. So this isn't even going to be used at all. So that's really cool. But that's pretty much it. And I'm really liking this. Like I said, these are a little bit more expensive than the type of HDMI over Ethernet that I normally use. The max I've actually used for those around like $65, and they work great. Gotta be careful of interference, but besides that, they work great. Now the fact that this can support up to 500 feet, I am really not in a situation to even test if it can handle 500 feet, but the fact that I can get this in this type of device, I really like this. And the fact that I'm looking at putting some projectors at my church that already have Ethernet cables that are ran, which are Cat 5e, which I might pull and replace. But if we move and replace some of the projectors like I've been using recently at my home church, my intention is to try and find some HDBaseT adapters, a matrix that actually has 4 outputs built in, and that would solve the need for all my projectors instead of getting a one-off for each one of these. But it all depends. I purchased mine for $115. So for $150 compared to the cheapest matrix I've seen has been around like $400, I will make out $100 cheaper by buying them individually. But anyway, like I said, if y'all were interested in it, this is the Orei HDMI extender over Ethernet. It's guaranteed for 500 feet. The link will be in the description if you are interested in it. And that's about it. I will, when you see me do the install of the fellowship hall, you will see me using this, because this is what this project, this is what I got this for that project. So anyway, if you like this type of content, I would appreciate a like. Consider subscribing and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. This is AJ. We will see you on the next video. Later.